Welcome to Leadership Unleashed, the show that will explore the multifaceted world of leadership through insightful interviews, thought-provoking discussions, and practical advice from leaders throughout Westchester County and beyond. I'm your host, Dr. Marsha Gordon, President and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester. Today, we're excited to bring you a very special episode of Leadership Unleashed, featuring Cynthia Delfino Birdsall. We call her Cindy, President and CEO of YMCA of Central and Northern Westchester, and a 2025 winner of the Women in Business Success Award. Cindy, I can't think of anybody who is more deserving of this award. Thank you for being here today, and we are so proud to have Westchester Medical Center as the premier sponsor of the Leadership Unleashed podcast.
A lot goes into planning a birthday. For my daughter Cameron, it started with a stem cell transplant to cure her sickle cell disease. Yes, cure. Westchester Medical Center Health Network uses every technology, technique, and talented specialist to conquer diseases that could otherwise rob a child of childhood, helping my daughter and thousands of others at Maria Ferrari Children's Hospital. Happy birthday, Cameron.
Happy birthday.
WMC Health, advancing care here.
Before we begin, we've known each other a long time, and you have been a leader with the Business Council of Westchester in the business community for many years. And so tell the audience a little bit about yourself now and the work that you do as President and CEO of the YMCA of Central and Northern Westchester.
Well, Marsha, thank you so much for having me today. I can't tell you, I feel like I've won the Oscar. I really feel like I've won my business Oscar winning this award.
And you have. You're going to walk the red carpet there.
It's going to be just a fantastic night.
Now, you used to chair this event. You were the co-chair of this event.
I know. Who would have ever thought I'd go from one part of the program to this part? This is just
exciting.
Amazing. I've had a really blessed career. I've been everything from a village manager to a lobbyist, and now I find myself leading a vitally important organization that was really failing at one point. And we brought it back to life. We're more impactful than ever, and I'm so proud of bringing the communities together to make good for children and families.
Now, Cindy, at the YMCA of Central and Northern Westchester, you had to drive, and I watched you do it, transformational change while staying true to the organization's core mission. Tell us a little bit about how you achieved that.
Well, the core mission is honesty, respect, responsibility, and caring. And that's in everything that we do at the Y. And we had to make major changes, or we were going to not be able to continue. We changed our business model. We got out of a traditional setting that a YMCA is expected to be with. And now we are thriving with children as our main focus.
And you had to bring your constituents along, your board along, your volunteers, and the community when you were making this change. That took guts, and it took leadership, and you did it. So what strategies can executives use as they try to balance financial stability or sustainability with community impact?
Well, I think you have to look at your organization and really examine its relevance. You know, we were founded in 1927, and we built a building, and we were the only game in town for gym at that point.
And that has changed.
Changed dramatically. Every single building has a fitness center in it. We actually had Orange Theory open across the street from us, and that was a moment for me. I said, wow, I think we really need to rethink how we deliver our services. And we did.
And tell me what steps that took to do that. Did you have a strategic planning session? Did you do it in a formal way, or was it something that you just said, this is what we need to do, and then set it in motion?
Right. Examining your relevance is a really big deal. So we sat down with different members of our constituencies in the region and said, what do you see the Y's future being? And somebody said to me, you know, you have a building that's aging. It was $26 million to fix behind the walls, by the way, of this building.
Oh, my goodness.
Which was never going to happen. And they said, we have this wonderful lunch and learn with you, and our seniors come over to your building. And they climb 20 steps to get in, and then they get inside and find the elevator's not working and the vent's on the second floor. Why are we doing this? Why don't you just send the instructor to our location? Then the seniors are comfortable, they know where they're going. And I said, wow, a Y without walls. And that's how that's evolved.
That is an amazing story. It's an amazing transition. It's you changed the model. Were you one of the first Ys to do this?
There are several across the country. They call us non-traditional. Not non-facility wives. And, we had a lot of challenges. It really wasn't so hard to close the gym because our numbers weren't big. The pools died on their own, so that was not an issue. But I had 143 residents in that building. And these were folks who we needed to serve. And part of our mission, honesty, caring, respect, and responsibility, made me totally understand that we needed to get them a place to live. And we worked with a developer that purchased our property. And we worked with Housing Action Council in Rose Noonan in Tarrytown.
Cindy, you've always been all about partnerships and collaboration.
Absolutely all about partnerships and helping people. So we found those folks, residents, some went home, others found better locations, and I'm very, very proud of the work that we did there.
Well, my amazing guest today is the winner of the 2025 Women in Business Success Award. We will be celebrating on April 29th for the Business Council of Westchester Business Hall of Fame, Cindy Delfino Birdsall, and she's an amazing innovator. So, Cindy, what role does innovation play in modern leadership, and how can leaders successfully challenge tradition? And why was pretty traditional to drive growth?
Well, I always say to my folks, I don't want to hear that we've always done it this way, because we don't have to, and that's not necessarily today's way of doing it. Open-mindedness is huge. Our numbers, as an example, changing this business model.
And what is the new business model?
Oh, our new business model. We work with children and families. So we're offering right now universal pre-K, which are partnerships with school districts across the region. We have a traditional 3-year-old program, and we have infants and toddlers that we have during the day with us. We have a wonderful day camp in Putnam Valley.
Camp Combe.
Camp Combe, exactly.
Love it, yep.
And then we have 2 youth programs that I think are wonderful. We have a teen leaders program, and it's all about leadership and volunteerism. But we have something called Youth in Government.
It's right up your alley.
That is high schools, but predominantly right now it's White Plains High School. The kids get together, they draft bills. This is the way it should be. We need a law. They go to Albany and compete up in the state Senate chambers.
How exciting.
It is. Some are elected governor. Some are elected at leadership of both sides of the House. The Senate and the Assembly. And you walk into a room with 600 kids dressed to the nines up in Albany, excited about being involved in government. That to me is huge. It makes me feel like the future is bright.
And that's how innovation is born, right? If you're working with young people and encouraging them to have great new ideas and teaching them how to do the work to accomplish the ideas and listen to their ideas about how it could be different, that drives innovation in communities. And the Y is making that happen under your leadership.
We get 4-year-olds in their first formal education level. We are the basics for learning for them for their whole life. So exciting. And how this has grown. In 2019, we had White Plains School District. That was it, with 80 children. Right now, I have 750 children in 10 districts.
Oh my goodness, that is incredible! That is incredible. And what is the geographic distribution? What areas?
Let's see, White Plains to Mayapack.
That's incredible. Well, congratulations and thank you, because you are providing the foundation for education for our future our future workforce, our future leaders. And talking about the workforce of the future, what are your thoughts on building and sustaining this future workforce? And what does that workforce look like in your industry?
Well, our industry is full of really passionate people who believe in children and believe in the future. I'm hoping that as a culture in our society, we can really embrace the need for childcare. Everybody talks about it, but there's just not enough. And growing that is going to be very, very important to the success of families and the success of the business community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you would give some sage advice for this future workforce, what would you tell the Gen Zs and the others that are entering the career market, that are growing their careers?
Stay open-minded, take a chance, do the right thing, feel good about what you're doing, and be passionate, and you will succeed.
Well, those are such great words. And Cindy, I've seen you throughout your career, certainly at the Y and every place with where you've been associated. Your volunteer work, your professional work, your personal life, and living with passion and living with excitement and really caring about others and the respect that you talk about. That embodies who you are as a human being. And I think that's the most important aspect of being a winner in life and a winner in business and the winner of our Women in Business Success Award at this year's Business Hall of Fame. And along the way, it's great to have some laughs, right? We've had lots of good laughs along the way and enjoyed each other. Couple of cries too, and that's okay too. But it's been very, very exciting. It's a very exciting journey that is continuing, and we look forward to celebrating you.
Oh, Marsha, thank you. I'm still pinching myself. I really am still pinching myself.
Well,
can I just say one thing about the Business Council?
Absolutely.
My goodness, being involved in this organization has really been a personal joy. It's helped me on my journey. When I got to the Y, I looked around, and I needed really exciting, compassionate people to be on my board. And so many of the contacts and so many of the folks that are on my board were connections that I made through the Business Council. They came in and filled gaps that needed expertise for our Y to move it forward, and it was just terrific. And I'm going to digress for a minute. It was because of you that I got this opportunity. I believe, if I'm wrong, correct me, Y National was helping this board locally search for the next leader. And they called community influencers, and of course you were high on that list. And you got off the phone and you called me and you said, Cindy, I just talked to someone and they're describing you. I really hope you'll consider going for this job. This place needs you. And Marsha, I would have never known about this opportunity had it not been for you. And it's been a joy for my life to be here and to see this happen. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Cindy, for providing me that opportunity. And I will tell you, what I said to that recruiter at that moment was, don't make another call because I have your person for you.
Oh my!
And then look how right I was for once. So, Cindy, you have led this organization in so many ways on our executive committee for many, many years, but in leadership roles as head of our governmental action, as treasurer for many years, right? And as co-chair of Hall of Fame and so many other roles. It's our appreciation to you, Cindy Delfino Birdsall, that we are so honored to be honoring you on April 29th. So, and it was my pleasure to have you today as a guest on Leadership Unleashed as part of the BCW Podcast Network. So we want to thank again to our sponsor, Westchester Medical Center, and our listeners. And please join us again on Tuesday, April 29th at the Glen Island Harbor Club. Tickets are available as we celebrate Cindy and our other incredible honorees at our annual Hall of Fame Awards. It will be a night you will not want to miss.
Be sure to check out the BCW Podcast Network's expansive lineup of shows: Leadership Unleashed, What's Trending, Advocacy and Politics Unplugged, The Member Spotlight, and Nonprofit Voices of Impact. The Business Council of Westchester is the county's largest business membership organization focusing on economic development and advocacy. With over 1,100 members, it is our mission to work for the profitability of our members and the prosperity of the Westchester community. To learn more, go to thebcw.org.